Hey guys, Oblivion234 here with another Elder Scrolls Legends video. Today, I'm going to be doing a deck guide for one of my favorite decks right now. It takes a bit of skill and knowing how to play the deck to do it. I call it my OTK deck. It is a combo deck using Unstoppable Rage. That is what it is at its core. But it does have other ways to win. So if you don't know about what Unstoppable Rage is, it's an 8-mana spell, and a friendly creature deals damage to all other creatures, well, equal to its power to all other creatures in its lane. So the cool thing is, with the interaction with Breakthrough, it's like if you had like Arcanos, whatever his name is, on the field, and you did like Ice Storm. So, say you have something like a Bog Lurcher with Breakthrough, and it does 10 damage to 4 1-health enemy creatures, your opponent takes 36 damage. So, yeah, that's the core. This is very good against Conscription, though Conscription did just get nerfed. But the main way this deck wins is through its very strong late game. You do have a fairly good early game, but your main way to win with this deck is using Unstoppable Rage combos. So as such, if you did not know, your Magicka goes up to 12 naturally, and that's where it'll cap unless you use Magicka increasing cards. And so you can, in one turn, play a 4-mana creature, such as Bog Lurcher, and Unstoppable Rage. And that's why we have 3 improvised weapons, because it's 0 mana, and it gives that breakthrough we need to the Bog Lurcher. That's why we have 2 Berserkers of the Pale, because that just means if we have it on the field and we summon a Bog Lurcher, it gets that +1/+1 in breakthrough without having to spend any mana. And that's why we run 2 Skirmisher's Elixir, again 0 mana to give breakthrough. So you can just out of nowhere kill your opponent if they've got a full board. Bog Lurcher's not the only one. If you stick it, for a turn, this also works with Slay. So even if it's not as much damage with the breakthrough, if you kill 4 creatures, you can attack 5 times with Child of Hircine, and it's gonna have at least 7 attack due to the buffs you get with breakthrough, or to give breakthrough. So you could be attacking 4 times with a 7/8 to their face. This also works with Lethal and Slay, like I said. So Cicero the Betrayer allows you to kill all the creatures in a lane and draw 2 cards for each one. That's a good refill, even if you don't have your full combo. Night Shadow. This works with Drain, and it already comes with Breakthrough, so you don't have to spend mana or resources to give it Breakthrough. So this is a way that you can refill your health total if it sticks on the board, or you've played at least 2 Tree Menders. Then Triumphant Jarls are here for card draw, because at most points you'll be at higher life total than your opponent because we run Drain. Also, this works with Night Talon Lord and his Drain and Slay. And Vigilant Giant's just an 8/8 with Breakthrough Guard and draws you a card. But you're most likely not going to be comboing with those or those. Okay, then on the lower end, we've got a Dragon Cult Ghost, because you can drop this early as like a 3/3, or you can drop it late as like an 11/11, and it also works with your combo then. We run 3 Firepot Spiders, because they are very good at trading early game. They can clear an entire lane. The Assassins are lethal, so on turn 10 you could drop an Assassin and use Unstoppable Rage and clear an entire lane. We run 3 Barrow Stalkers because they're very good. Again, they have Drain, which combos well with Unstoppable Rage if you just need a burst of health. And they're also a 2-mana 2/3 with Guard, which is good. We run 3 Hiss Speakers because, like I said, the late game of this deck is really good, so you want to get there as fast as possible. And they make great targets for removal for your opponents. They might be overly committed to taking them out. We run the Night Mother for the sole reason that we do run a couple Slays, but as well as you know, it having its big oomph if you kill 20 enemy creatures, or if 20 enemy creatures die. It summons a 0/1 target with guard, which can essentially, this can be 0 mana, deal 9 damage to your opponent in some cases. Berserk of the Pale are a combo piece. Dark Guardians are just really good. It allows us to be more aggressive, to maybe draw some cards from Prophecies, because you do really want to get your combo pieces as fast as possible, so we're running as much card draw as we really can. That makes sense to run. We have 2 Stone Throws, mainly because actually a fair amount of the creatures we're not running 3. In fact, I'd almost not run 2, but there aren't really any good other removal spells to deal with small creatures. The main thing is these are for dealing with small creatures, and also you can deal with the big creatures. You can drop a Bog Lurcher. Sometimes it's better to just drop a Bog Lurcher and have them to have to deal with it, and being able to use a Stone Throw with it to take out a big creature. 3 Tree Menders, because we do want to get that mana up as fast as possible. Only 2 Archfiend Venom Tongues. You really don't want to run 4 because they're 4 mana for a 1/4. The Slay, though, with Night Mother or Unstoppable Rage, this is 4 mana, so it can combo. You can get like +5 Magicka, max Magicka, which allows you to do a lot more just from using 1 Unstoppable Rage, and it'll kill all the creatures in a lane. Of course, Bog Lurchers are the main face of this deck. This is kind of based on a shell I saw that was a more aggressive deck that just had this combo in it as a way of dealing with Telvanni Conscription, as running like only 2 Unstoppable Rage, 2 Improvised Weapons, and 2 Bog Lurchers. It was a ranger deck, so green-red. They were just trying to deal with conscriptions, so they had that as a backup plan. And then here's how we deal with bigger creatures. We use Fell the Mighty, 4 of. 2 Midnight Sweep, just because it's really good at stemming aggression and it has Prophecy. It's one of the only prophecies we run in the deck. In fact, it is the only prophecy we run in the deck, so yeah. Shadowrun Research is good. Yeah, and so that's kind of what it is. Some upgrades you could do. I mean, I don't know. Really, I don't know what else you could really switch out. I guess running Green Pact Ambushers would be pretty good, because they're a 4/1 for 2 mana, and if a lane's full, so that's really good, and they have Prophecy, so that'd be something you could run. You could replace, like, I don't know, maybe the Firepot Ghosts, or Firepot Spiders. Yeah, there's not a ton you could, you can actually really... You don't want to run Withered Hand Cultist like most red decks, because you really want to play Unstoppable Rage. I mean, maybe there'd be something to running an Earthbone Spinner, depends on what you're really going against. Lumbering Ogrim's an idea, because it's a 4 mana. It's at that sweet spot for being able to play it and do all that stuff in 1 turn. Stendarr's Hammer is funny, but not really that useful. Yeah, I really don't think there's anything else you can run. Like I said, I would love to run more card draw, but there really isn't more card draw. So, yeah. Because, unfortunately, there's not a lot of card draw on these 2 colors. I'm running about as much as you can get. The Triumphant Jarl is not consistent enough to run 3. I would... Oh, this is something you would like to run. Histgrove. You'd replace, say, like... maybe the Midnight Sweeps, but... you'd want to run the hist grows because of that max magicka, and you do get to 15 fairly often. Yeah, this is kind of just what I found that's kind of worked. So, yeah. Pureblood Elder is also something you could think of playing at your top end. As long, see, I didn't craft and make these because I don't have what's it called, Histgroves, and you really want to be running Histgroves with that. So, yep. Iron 8 Atronarch is something you could think of running as well. Also, Swords of Revenge. These are really good. So, if you fit those in your 5 somewhere, that'd also be really good, just because they're really good cards. Yeah. But, yeah. So let's take enough talking about it. Oopsies. Yeah, they did add deck copying features and stuff. So let's actually play some. Got that OTK deck. And by the way, OTK, if you did not know, stands for one turn kill, because more often than not, we kill our opponent in 1 turn from full health. I mean, you don't... Okay, so mulliganing with this deck. You most of the time do not want to keep combo pieces in your opening hand. Of course, you really want to drop high cost things. Keep the low cost things. Knowing that we drew that, it's one of our 2 prophecies. But his speaker allows us to be really aggressive with our like Venom Tongues and stuff. Okay, so I coin his speaker here because we get Tree Mender off next turn, which this is just pure gas. Same with Venom Tongue. See, and he doesn't even have a way to deal with it. So, yep. That's pretty much what this deck does. You accelerate until you combo. And don't be afraid to avoid face damage and trade off creatures, because more often than not, you win, like I said, in 1 turn, and you do so much damage out of nowhere that no one really expects it. So, yep. But if you are being aggressive, you really do want to have Dark Guardians, because they are by far... they reward you for being aggressive. Because and card draw is so important, so breaking runes to draw cards, very helpful. Cool. We're going to play Cicero here. So now he has a choice. Give me max magicka, give me cards. Okay. That's fine. I think we drop, we're definitely playing Midnight Sweep here. The question is, are we playing a Dark Guardian? Yeah, we are. We're playing a Dark Guardian because, if that was a prophecy, we'd be drawing an initial card here, and we have one of our combo pieces here, as well as that. Yeah, that's about it. Now the big thing is we need to assemble our combo pieces. We're 2 magicka ahead of him, and we have the coin, so that allows us to go off an extra turn earlier. So, yep. Mundus Stone. We can deal with that.
We will seize our own fate.
Ooh, that hurts. Ooh, that really hurts. That has Drain. But what hurts more is that Mundus Stone. Yeah, we do play this before we attack, because if he does draw a prophecy, yeah, we really kind of want to hold that until we actually have combo pieces. We will throw that down though. Ow, we take 5 damage, but we do draw a card, so I think it's fine. He's probably going to trade off. In fact, that's the smart play. Shackle all enemy creatures. He's not going to trade now. That's fine. I have a stone throw. It's another reason why we run Stone Throw. Cool. Ooh, that's annoying. And also loud. Okay, there we go. There's another part of our combo.
You must be cleansed.
We're gonna do that. That way those are all 1/1s.
Mother of Oblivion, take you.
Honestly, I guess I probably should have waited until after this.
For honor.
Just in case he did draw a prophecy. It's almost worth dropping our Berserker of the Pale here. For the sole reason that if we happen to draw one of our combo pieces, one of our big creatures, this just is lethal.
I will fight for my hold.
So I'm kind of banking on drawing one of the big creatures here. It's sad that he is trading off, though.
Feel the power.
Okay, that's fine. We can just kill that with that. That's fine. We can kill that with... Ooh. Oh, hey. There we go.
Die, eggless one.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you know? We drew it. But unfortunately, that's the one you can't combo with. Because... Oh, well, there we go. We just win. He doesn't have a way to deal with it. That's another reason you play that. Because, you know, if you have that or one of your other breakthrough things, a lot of times your opponent can't just deal with it. Some gold. Gold's good. But yeah, you mulligan aggressively for your ramp and low-cost creatures. And you try to you really don't try to control the board. You just try to not take damage. Because it doesn't really matter how much damage you do to your opponent. Because a lot of times you're just, like I said, going to be killing them in one turn. So you focus more on keeping your life total up and keeping us taunts up, or guards, excuse me, and yeah. We keep the Night Mother because you don't draw it very often. It's 1 in 50. And you can, the sooner you start doing that stuff, the better, the more likely chance it is that, you know, your Night Mother will go off and deal 20 damage. Monocolored blue. That's an action-heavy deck.
Your destruction is at hand.
That hurts. Ooh, this isn't good. This is the one downside. You're running a lot of top end and not a lot of low cost stuff. I mean, you are. You're running a fair amount of low cost stuff, but you do run into this sometimes where you have a lot of high cost cards. Blue really doesn't have... Oh, items. Okay, cool. It's more important to get this down than that down. But... So this might be an item deck. Don't know. Don't really know yet. I mean, but that's a big indication that it might be an item deck. Okay, okay. We're gonna drop my Barrow Stalker there.
I smell the stench of the living.
There's a chance here that it gets killed. But if it doesn't, it gains us a fair amount of tempo and life. Ooh, you're just gonna use a lightning bolt on that, okay.
Where you stand. Die, Outlander.
Interesting. I can't do anything. I guess I wasn't expecting a full lightning bolt on that. Next turn we can play Zero though, which will put us very much in the lead. He only has 2 small creatures, and he's used his removal on my 2/3. Okay, that's annoying. Oh, that's a 0 cost +1 +0. Yeah, he's putting it on him. That is a fair idea. Okay, there's another part of our combo. Ward is quite bad for our combo,
Claws are sharp and thirsty.
but that's good. We can kill his 2/3, which is doing the main thing, doing damage. And if he plays anything big, we do have a Fell the Mighty.
The best protection money can buy.
Oh, well then.
Do not touch me.
Okay, yeah, we need to start killing things. That's really good.
Die, Outlander.
Firepot Spider's fine enough.
To chaos with
Okay, that needs to die. Like a mana off of being able to actually do anything. If we could use our
I draw power
we're
from these
probably
trees.
dead due to the fact that we didn't draw any of our other guards. There's a chance, though, that we draw our actual guard, one of our prophecies. We got 2 out of 37, so about 1 out of 20. Oh. Is he gonna play it safe and trade?
Don't
He is.
Now I'm Agon's take you.
He did miss lethal by doing that, though.
Die, Outlander.
Of course, that kills literally everything in that lane. That's mine. I guess, I mean, we drop Vigilant Giant here. As well as a Firepot Spider, I think. And we do this, otherwise we just die. Because otherwise he can attack with just that and kill it.
So, it has been written.
Of course he draws a Prophecy. It's probably Prophetic Bolt. I'm probably just dead here. He should shackle that if he's... Okay, he's not planning on killing it? I guess he's not.
All too time to die.
Okay, you're an idiot. Quite handily an idiot. I mean, if you're going to... That's just a... I mean, I'm probably still dead here because, yeah, but... Why would you shackle the thing you're going to kill? Shackle this so I can't, like, trade off or something. But, yeah. Other than the fact that he played, like, an terrible... Yeah, I drew too much. That's why you need a lot of draw, because, you know, sometimes you just draw your top end. And sometimes you never draw it. And so, yeah.
Don't be a nuisance.
If he's gonna... Yeah. Well, that shows something about the deck. You do sometimes draw just your top end, but we're running a lot of guards, and we didn't draw, like, any of them, so it happens to any deck, really. Because sometimes that just happens. You just don't draw any of your guards, even though we're running a ton of them. And we didn't draw any of our low-cost combo pieces, because that also would have won us a game. Yeah, we want none of this. We probably would have won there if he hadn't killed our giant, because we would have just used our unstoppable rage and just dealt like give or take 20 some damage to him. Come on, bruh. Are you AFK already? That'd be fun. Okay, you're not. It's not worth coining anything out here because he didn't play anything. If he had a board, I'd coin out. If he played something, I'd.
I have legal sanction to end your life.
Interesting. Well, I have a way to deal with that, so. And then we can drop the Night Mother next turn and also.
Just doing business.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking mud crab merchant. Read my lips. The mouth paws.
Okay, what am I getting? Illusory defenses.
Should have been more worthy.
The not taking 4 damage is more important than getting 1 charge on the Night Mother. I mean, honestly, if he double attacks into this, it'll be 3 charges, but that's 4 damage that's not going face. Okay, we missed an additional charge. Sucks, but what do you do? Not much we could do because of not wanting to take the damage. You saw what happens if you end up taking too much chip damage early game. You just kind of lose. If we had been able to deal with the guy before his early creatures, we would have been fine because he really didn't have much of a play other than those early creatures for a long time. So.
Hold them back, scourge stumpet.
He should definitely buff itself. That's dumb. Sure, you're getting 2 extra damage now, but you're losing, like... You're losing, like, 4 damage, essentially. Because assuming I play nothing in this lane,
Identify yourself. Awaiting your command. Awaiting your command.
assuming I didn't play a taunt, this gets to attack at least once, so it's the same amount of damage that you're adding, but with the potential to add more. So by far the better idea would have been to do the 2 extra damage on itself, or 2 extra attack on itself. Man, if we had these last game, we probably would have won. Because if we dropped those early,
I will.
Okay, cool. And now we just got board control. Well, still technically have board control. Cool. We've got 2 parts of our combo here. We're gonna do another midnight sweep, and killing this is more impactful than dealing 1 damage to face. Sure, it adds up over time, but so does this. And we always have illusory defenses here to throw in front of that if we have to. Now getting that down to Gam, if we had our spell, I would put that there. I would have done that instead of playing that. Because if it survives, we do quite a bit of damage. Interesting. Got an item for it? Nope. Cool, we have 2 bog lurchers, so... we're probably just going to drop one of them here.
For honor and glory.
Just because on the off chance that we draw our spell, Unstoppable Rage, we have the improvised weapon, and if he drops, you know,
Hold them back, Scourge Stumpet.
a few things, then we get a fair amount of damage. Dang. Nope. Come on. Good, but not good enough. Man, that's a lot of damage. Well, we're gonna play Skirmisher's Elixir. Do this. Do that. Do that. Play that. Cause that absorbs 5 damage at least. If I had a way to buff this to 3 health, I would have. Ow, that hurts. Man, and none of our combo pieces. Come on.
If it wasn't valuable, they wouldn't lock it up.
Quench your thirst, friend.
I think we're just dead. Yeah, not drawing the right cards at the right time is what kills you with this deck. Like we've had about a 10% chance to draw one of our combo pieces for the past 2 turns, and we just haven't.
I smell the stench of the
If that
living.
didn't have breakthrough, we'd be fine. But it does, so we're not.
Mother, some flowers. Pretty flowers.
Yep. That's just game. I mean, I guess there's a small chance that it's not. And as such, I probably should have Skirmisher's Elixired that, so that we'd have a chance if this doesn't... Actually, no, we played both of our things, so no. Man, if I could run, like, 5 or 6 of those Unstoppable Rages, I would, because they're so important.
Belongs to me.
Customer.
Yeah, it's so important to draw those. Like we would have been fine if we drew one. But yeah, that's kind of how this deck works. You need to mulligan for your early stuff, and yeah. I mean, we are running a fair amount of high cost things, and maybe you could say drop the Vigilant Giant and Night Talon Lord. I'd say that's what you drop to add like some of the other things, like, yeah. You can also maybe run Imprisoned Deathlord if you like, because he's a 4-mana 7/7, so it's always good. But yeah, this deck is very good at taking your opponents by surprise. I think it, you know what, actually, if we take that out and that out, I'd say actually running, where are they? 2 of those might be better, actually. Just being able to get some more prophecies and guards in. But yeah, that's kind of how the deck works. It's actually pretty consistent. I have over a 50% win rate with it. But, you know, sometimes, like with any deck, you get screwed over by drawing your high-cost stuff or not drawing your guards at the right times. I'm sure there is some tweaking that can be done, but so far, this is my pretty good take on it so far. It's pretty consistent, and yeah, it's a fun deck. I give it a try if you've got the cards for it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But that's about it for this guide. If you liked, please leave a like. If you loved it, subscribe. Oblivion234 out.